in their first game against the Black Knights. Can Dublin do it again? The answer comes your way next.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League finds us across the Atlantic and along the River Liffey in the wonderful city of Dublin, Ireland. Coming up, we begin a triple header here on Wild Card Sunday, as it'll be the Indianapolis Colts taking on the Black Knights of Dublin. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the postseason on EA Sports. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And, Charles, that's really all I need to say to get you fired up. It's the postseason on EA Sports.
And no one's more fired up than the guys who are going to be playing in this game. This is what they fought for all year long. Go back to the OTAs, the mini camps, training camp, throughout the season to get to the playoffs. The intensity level will be off the charts.
Strap in, the first of 3 on this Sunday. What a day we have in store. Super Wild Card Weekend on EA Sports. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. So the Colts now coming out for their opening drive. And they'll be led out by their 8th-year quarterback.
Let's face it, it doesn't matter if you're a rookie free agent or a 15-year vet. Guiding a team to victory on the road in the playoffs, that's no small feat. And it's going to be really important for him to play mistake-free football. But equally important, create some big plays as well to give his team confidence that they can win.
Here we go, here we go.
They'll start on the ground here on first down. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line. 12 yards on the gain. A great start for this offense.
Good running right there. And this is a man who was a 1,000-yard rusher in the regular season, so you know he's going to get his chances, and he picks up nice yardage on that one.
Now a play fake here on first down. That's complete. It'll be a gain of 5, and that's going to bring up second down. I think defensively you're okay with that. You're in the first quarter. He's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that, you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch. Now you put the offense in a position where every series, they have to work hard to pick up first downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that. What an advantage having an elite guy in the middle of the defensive line, because not only does he take up the space and let the linebackers run free, but he can also make plays himself, as we just saw there.
3rd and 3. Back to throw. Roberts. Quick hitter here, it's complete. They'll wind up getting just a yard out of it, and that'll bring up 4th down.
Receivers love having the reputation of being go-to guys on 3rd down, and he was fighting like he really wanted to have that reputation, didn't he? I mean, he came very close to making that a first down.
Broke the one tackle, but couldn't spring himself free. And this will be taken at the 13. A very nice punt that time, but they get 11 back on the return. And they will take over 1st and 10. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. And a glance here at their shifty mobile signal caller.
And he comes into these playoffs bringing a team that's been battle-tested, won the division, and earned the home playoff game here in round 1. But every year they know that a division champ, it feels like, gets beat. They don't want to be that team. They have to avoid the overconfidence and make sure they play the same way they played during the regular season, mistake-free and with passion.
And that's caught inside the 30. Touchdown. A great effort there. 76 yards. And the Black Knights will strike first here in this wild card matchup. Well, we knew they had the crowd on their side. Their defense has already made a stop, and now here's an opening drive touchdown.
Yeah, how about the defense making the stop, offense feeling their momentum that they've generated, and turning it into points on their side. So now you've got a team working together, and you've got the crowd involved fully on their side in this ball game.
And in this playoff atmosphere, that 12th man means even more. Extra point right down the middle, and that makes the score 7-0. They certainly made quick work of that, ultra-quick work. One of the fastest drives you'll ever see, just one play resulting in the touchdown. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. Here comes the Indianapolis offense now as they get set to take over.
And, you know, listen, there's two ways to get the number 7 seed. You can back into it or you can charge your way into it and seize it. But ultimately, once you're here, you can throw that out the window. You've got to come to play.
Yeah, you just think of that phrase, any given Sunday or Saturday as the case may be. And even though this is a 2 versus 7 matchup, don't think for 1 second that this game's going to be a pushover. Anything can happen once the playoffs begin.
Alert! Alert! Go! Go! Smash! Smash! Reload! Reload!
To throw is Roberts. Off the play fake.
Now throw right side here, going to be incomplete.
Let's go!
So the failure to connect on second down, that leaves him staring up here at a 3rd and 8. Operating from the gun, Roberts. In trouble, and he's taken down. They dial up the corner blitz that time, and it delivers to the tune of a 9-yard loss.
Oh, my goodness. Was that a defensive back that got to him with the pressure?
Oh, look at the former defensive back. You're all smiles up here.
I hope everybody can hear my smile on that play.
The Colts send out their punter as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. This is fielded at the 27. Officially, that'll go as a 52-yard punt. Not too shabby. And out will come the offense as they take over. Back onto the field comes this offense, ready for their second drive.
Well, partner, you know, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
2nd and 10.
Looking to throw. Pierce.
Well, that'll be incomplete. Well, he took a shot as he let that go. And it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
Well, they approached this drive with a lot of confidence after their last one ended up as a touchdown. But incompletions on their first 2 throws has them huddling up and trying to figure out a big play here on 3rd down to get their momentum going again.
Street! Street! 60 Maverick! 60 Maverick! Ready?
To throw on 3rd down. Pierce going for the deep ball. And that's caught inside the 30. And all the way in for the touchdown. A big play there. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Black Knights are off to a 13-0 first quarter lead.
Well, this has been a flawless start for them. They score, they get the stop, and they score again, Charles.
Complimentary football at its finest. You just mentioned how they got it done. They scored. The defense got the ball back for them. They score again. That's the way you win ball games.
Point after here coming up. And it's good, and they have jumped out here to a quick 14-0 first quarter lead. The drive there only spanning 3 plays. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
From
From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And he's probably realizing he should have stayed in the end zone as he can only muster a return to the 14-yard line. And now a stoppage. It looks like we have a Colt who was shaken up on that last play. The medical staff will attend. We will step aside. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. They've been a come-from-behind team all year. They'll need to do it again as they trail early in this wild card game. Pressure gets to him, and down he goes. Back at the 4-yard line. That one will set him back nearly 10 yards here on first down on the sack. Counting down toward the midway point in quarter one. On second down, Hinton. And they won't fare much better here as he maybe gets back to the line. No gain on the play this time, and it'll be a 3rd and long situation coming up.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority one.
Facing the prospect of a punt from their own end zone, they need some cushion. Let's see what they can do on 3rd down. They'll keep it on the ground. Hinton, and he's able to break out of 1 tackle, but then quickly brought down. Just a 1-yard gain on the play, and that'll mean a call to the punt team as it's 4th down.
We often talk of situational football. Let's just call it team football. The defense did their job, got off the field, brought the punting situation, so they're turning the ball back over to their offense. You think those guys will get along very well right now? Of course they will. Defense helped the offense. Now it's their turn to take it downfield.
Good blocking there, nearly sprung him. As it is, it'll go as a 19-yard return. And this offense, they're going to have excellent field position. They take over with a 1st and 10 on the short side of the field. Throwing to start the drive. Pierce. And he will find his big tight end over the middle. A nice gain of 21 yards. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. You can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20.
Go!
They'll try the left side. It's Perez. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4.
He had to fight for every yard on that run. Shook himself free of a tackle and kept fighting, even with the rest of the defense closing in on him. That's the kind of effort you'll take every single time.
3rd and 4.
70 Timberwolves.
Operating from the gun. Pierce.
Well, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. And the Colts are going to take over once again, and they'll have it at their own 8-yard line.
And that felt like a little extra pressure on that 3rd down attempt, and their mistake cost them points because they're inside the red zone. So you know you've got at least a field goal waiting for you. And in this case, they end up with nothing.
Now the Colts offense gets ready to head back on the field.
They got the ball now following a big play, keeping the other guys out of the end zone. Now they'll start deep in their own territory. And he's going to go down. He backed up into the end zone, and this is going to wind up a safety.
I'm not sure they mentioned it as a goal during the week or even talked about it in pregame, but the way they're playing right now, they want this game out of reach by halftime. Not only does the safety just demoralize the opposing offense, now your guys can run out there and try to add another 6 to their lead.
Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. A big mistake last time they were on the field, tossing that interception inside the red zone and really taking away what had been a pretty
out on the field for this drive. That whole offensive unit is just thinking redemption. You know, they moved it really well, didn't pay it off. This time, they want to make sure that ball ends up in the end zone, and they're the ones possessing it.
And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. A good pickup there on first as the screen pass gets him 8.
And a really nice play call there to start the drive, especially if you're a team that has a little bit of a reputation for throwing it downfield. You come out, and you think maybe you can catch them off guard a little bit, and they did. Little screen pass, backdoored them, and that time worked well for a solid gain.
And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. He got maybe a half yard at most, but officially they'll be left with a 3rd and 2.
well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
Gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. Able to get what they need to keep the drive going with a 6-yard pickup on 3rd down.
Well, it wasn't a goal line situation, but how about the goal line formation on 3rd and short? They went in and went heavy. No surprise on who was going to get the football. How about the power exhibited there?
Yeah, that was just put a hat on a hat, drive forward. Nice job to pick it up.
They go play action here on 1st down. Blitz coming, and down he goes. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack.
16-0. That's the score after 1 on EA Sports.
Dublin with the football here to begin the 2nd quarter,
as they've got it facing a 2nd and long situation.
Blitz forthcoming as he'll look to throw. And his throw here's incomplete.
Certainly looked like someone was very confident in his ability to fit that one in. I would say he was overconfident because there wasn't a whole lot of separation there. Had that one covered pretty well downfield and knocked it away.
And this offense on 3rd down today, they've been okay. 2 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and a mile. Operating from the gun, Pierce. He's going to let this one go deep. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
That might be the 3rd down stop that they needed because they've had a lot of trouble slowing down this offense in the first half. This might be their opportunity to get off the field.
So they bring out their punter as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon.
Now a hit and a loose football. But it looks like one of the DBs has it.
And they're going to set up shop at the 27-yard line.
And maybe getting a little too cute there on the punt return. Sometimes they forget paramount holding on to that football.
I really do believe most of the return guys think to themselves, when I get the ball, I'm going to make the play that's going to change the game.
I'm going to break it.
I'm going to break it. And you love that they have that attitude, but your point is... First and foremost,
hold on to it.
Take care of the football. That's all he needed to do. Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
And some determined running there as he'll pick his way down to the 12-yard line. 11 yards there, first down. A nice run right there, and we talk this time of year about certain teams, certain players who don't have a lot of postseason history to speak of. And here's a man right here in his rookie season in the NFL, and he's being asked to carry the load at running back for this offense.
And he has acquitted himself nicely here in his rookie year. And look, I think we both believe that the burden's a little lighter on backs and receivers than it is on quarterbacks in the playoffs. But that's not to say this is going to be easy. As fast as the NFL game is in the regular season, it's like warp speed when you turn pressure up in the postseason. So let's see how he handles things early.
Now it's the first involvement on the ground for the backup running back. And he'll take this one inside the 10 down to the 8. Give him 3 yards, and now they're left needing a conversion here on 3rd and 6. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. On 3rd down, Pierce. And it's caught. Touchdown. From 8 yards out. And the Black Knights continue to show why it pays to play at home in the postseason as they add on to their lead. Well, we know he can run the ball. There he shows he has the ability to do a little bit more.
That's what you call a complete player. A guy who can run it, catch it, probably can protect the passer when necessary, but his skills are best used when you get the ball in his hands.
And that's the thing. When you've got an athlete like that, you want to get the ball to him in multiple ways, right?
Without a doubt, because he often creates mismatches about who can cover him, whether he's coming out of the backfield or even lining up like a receiver.
Extra point splits the uprights, and that pushes the lead up to 23. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And not willing to risk another fumble, he'll sit on this one. It's a touchback. And the Colts getting ready to go. They trail early on the road in the playoffs. Not a great combination as they've got it 1st and 10. Throwing to start the drive. Roberts. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. First catch of this wild card game for a 1,000-yard receiver in the regular season. He's got a first down, too.
Here we go, here we go.
Back to throw. Roberts. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And a penalty flag comes in as that one winds up incomplete, but the contact is going to move the ball well downfield. Well, obviously they never want to see penalties on that defense, but this one a little bit more significant there on the downfield pass play.
And coaches preach it all the time. You can't put yourself in that kind of position if you're the defender. You got to stay in a spot far downfield where you can play the ball without creating extra contact.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
They'll try again here from the 7 on 2nd and goal.
Hey, hey, check that. Unlock right.
Looking to throw. Roberts. 5 yards that time on the completion. And now it's 3rd and goal.
They gave up the completion there, but this is what zone defenses count on. Catching the ball and not much run after the catch.
A big play forthcoming. Here's 3rd and goal. So the false start will back them up 5.
False start, offense.
That flag accepted, and it backs the offense up a little bit. A bad time for a false start penalty as they're backed up now for 3rd and goal.
Here we go, Shaq.
Again, he'll drop to throw. Touchdown, Colts. A 7-yard touchdown grab.
And the Colts are able to cut into that deficit.
Getting your back involved, what's the importance there in the passing game?
Well, oftentimes you can create mismatches because who's going to cover him? And you get him into space, which is where he likes to operate with the ball in his hands. Oftentimes makes people miss, gets that run after the catch, and off he goes.
And into the end zone. Now for the point after. And that makes it 23-7. A drive there of just 4 plays. And it culminates in an Indianapolis touchdown. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line. Dublin's offense now set to take over. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out. Looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
And he'll be tackled at the 23 after a gain of 3.
Well, from an offensive perspective, that was a tough run because he only picked up 3 yards. Well, let's flip it over to the defensive side. They now have the advantage. 3 3-yard gains, that means they're punting the ball likely on 4th down. That's what you're looking for when you're playing defense.
Sliding out of the pocket. 6 yards there off the scramble, but it'll still leave him with a 3rd down.
They made a nice effort to stick him with a loss for that play, but it's going to take more than that to keep him from advancing the ball. Should be an entertaining battle anytime he tucks and runs over the second half of this contest.
The offense on 3rd down tonight, they've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. They're looking at 3rd in the nose of the football. They'll try and run this one right up the gut. It's a gain of 4 there that gives them a new set of downs.
Most of the damage has been done through the air. I mean, they've rung the bell 3 times with passing touchdowns, but guess what? Ground game has not been neglected. Nice little burst right there.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. A handoff as they run the counter play. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
The passing game's been working quite well so far, but the running game's been a little bit of a struggle, and that's a surprise to me. Typically, when you can throw it, you've opened up lanes for your runners.
From the 35, here's a 2nd and 8.
And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. 11 yards there, 1st down. 2 minutes to play here in this first half of the NFL playoffs. Coming up at the half, we remind you that we're going to do what we've done all year. We'll get you down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. Coach will have the lowdown of what's going on here in this wild card weekend as we begin the road to the upcoming Super Bowl. So after 2 first downs, they get another here. 1st and 10 at the 45. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. Throwing middle, and it's complete. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. 28 yards the gain there on the catch and run.
So many times in my career, I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing. But as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
Throwing on 1st down. Pierce. And it's caught. Touchdown. A great play there. 27 yards. And the Black Knights are able to add on to their first half lead.
They went 5 wide in that offense. offensive set. In racing, going 3 wide's a big deal. To go 5, how about the way that they finish things off?
Did you just fit a race car reference into the game?
Zoom, zoom. How about the way that you play? When you go 5 wide, that means you're going fast now.
Zoom, zoom indeed. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And not a good return here at all, as they'll be forced to start at the 12-yard line. The Colts getting another possession here on offense. Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, and this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
And a quick throw here, that's complete. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves them with 2 to go on second down. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Operating from the gun, Roberts. Looking left side, it's complete. He's got it. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. Back to throw again. Looking middle, and that's complete. And he is brought down, but not before reaching the 30. Now a second timeout called for by the defense, as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. They'll look to throw again. Wide open receiver complete. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. Another strong gain on the last 2 plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards. So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone.
Have to give some credit to the defender on that when he read all of his keys perfectly and got a great break on the ball and able to force that incompletion.
Now a 2nd and 10. Back to throw. Roberts. And this throw a bit late as he couldn't reach back for it.
They haven't been able to stop them so far this series, but getting a nice little stand from their defense now.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. Looking to throw. Roberts. And that is incomplete.
Well, how about the coverage we just saw him break out on 3rd down? Dime defense, blanketed the field with extra defensive backs and speed, unable to find an open hole to complete that pass.
And now the Colts call on their field goal unit here. From the left hand. And his kick is good. And that'll get this back down to a 20-point spread. So the 3 points here, they're still down, but they put somewhat of a dent into that lead going into the break.
Anything helps when you're trying to chip away at a lead, but they do know that they're going to need a little bit better effort in the second half.
The Colts kicking team is out there now, and they will send this one away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25.
One more go for this offense in the first half. And with a 3-score lead already, this is not time for a momentum change, so I'd imagine they'd be happy to just take this into the locker room.
And just 25 seconds to go in the half now as they've got it 1st and 10. Throwing to start the drive. Pierce. He's got him in. Complete. Now the offense will burn their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with 18 seconds to go in the first half. So that changes things a bit. Here's a 1st and 10 all the way down at the 35. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Looking left side, and it's complete. And he's out of bounds, almost gets to the 10. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another 1st down. If you're going to blitz, likely going to leave you in man coverage with this guy, and that is less than ideal.
It is, because just about any offense that has an elite receiver, if you blitz and have him in man coverage, you're going to him, even if he has an elite defender on. He usually knows where the ball is before the defender does.
From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10.
Back to throw. Pierce. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. So we're at halftime of this AFC wildcard matchup. As it's time now to send you back stateside to Orlando, Florida, and check in with Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. Welcome in, everyone, to our EA Sports Halftime Report. Let's get you caught up on what's going on around the NFL. Plenty of adjustments likely being made by both teams in their respective locker rooms. To find out who advances to the divisional round, let's get you back out to Brandon Gaudin.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Both teams try to avoid being one and done in these playoffs as we start the second half of this AFC wildcard game. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. This offense ready to go to begin this 3rd quarter. And they're in the position they expected to be in. They've got the lead, home crowd behind them, and they're looking toward making that next step in these playoffs.
And I think a key for them is to put together some good, long, extended drives. Work the run in a little more with that big offensive line. I'm not saying get away from throwing the football. That's still working. But if they run it more effectively, they may get even bigger plays in the passing game.
On 1st and 10, Pierce. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down.
Holding.
Let's check in with our referee. So apparently some grabbing of the jersey there on the O-line.
Still
Yeah,
first down.
just look in the interior, and that's where the penalty occurred.
Up the middle they go. Perez. And they'll bring him down here up at about the 22-yard line. If they didn't have that penalty a moment ago, it'd be a first down. Still a nice 13-yard pickup.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him. They did a really nice job there defensively. They strung the play out, didn't give him a cutback lane. On each play, you have guys what I call our BCR players. Guys are responsible for the bootleg, for the cutback, and for the reverse. They played that one perfectly.
And rode him right out of bounds. And he's just going to be short here, barely. Maybe by a half a foot. It'll be 4th and inches. So in their own territory, but they only need a few inches, so they're going to opt to go for this thing. We'll see. Maybe a surprise pass or run. What will they do? We're about to find out. 4th down. And he gets it to the 34. Good enough for the first. They only needed a few inches, but still some anxious moments there, but they do convert on 4th. Backed up where they were on this side of the field. That was a gutsy call.
A gutsy call that never should have happened. Not so much them going for it. That's their decision. But where's the defensive front? Where's the leverage? Where's the low man wins? Where's getting into the offensive backfield and spilling the play? How did they permit them to pick up a first down in that situation?
44 yards rushing for him now on just 6 carries to this point.
And in a situation like this, you're in the second half with the lead, trying to get to the division round. They're going to let him do his thing on the ground, and that's a great run there to pick up a first down.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. And they'll keep leaning on the running game, back to the ground. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3. And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. While they come out and take a look at him, we will step aside for just a moment. Ball spotted at the 45. Here's 2nd down and 7.
Operating from the gun, Pierce. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
They geared up and took the deep shot downfield, but it turned out it wasn't one-on-one coverage. Extra defenders in the area, and that one winds up incomplete.
This will be the 8th play of the drive. It's 3rd and 7. Looking to throw. Pierce. He finds his man. Complete. It's Perez. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. It's an 8-yard pickup and leads to a new set of downs. Whatever the discussions were at halftime to try to slow down this offense, it has not worked to this point.
Yeah, I have a vision right now of everything that was discussed at the half just being torn in shreds or being erased off of the Microsoft Surface tablets because none of it is working. They are really locked in on offense.
On first down, they'll run it on the draw play. A good gain of 9 before he's brought down at the 28.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense get a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard.
2nd down and a yard.
Go!
And inside the 20 before he's brought down. A gain of 13. It's a first down.
A lot to praise on this drive, obviously. I know you're seeing what I'm seeing. Those guys up front, they're getting it done.
Doesn't matter what play is called. They are handling their business at the line of scrimmage and dominating right now on this drive.
Here we go.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. And able to surge forward for about 5 yards down to the 10.
They're in a pretty good spot right now with a convincing lead. I think this is where they put on the boxing gloves, start to try and pound them into submission.
And the offensive line, they've controlled this game. I don't see why that trend would change now.
Ball sits on the 10, 2nd and 5. Now they'll run on the draw. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. The 6 yards on the pickup, and it leaves them with a 1st and goal. This is a very impressive drive, especially when you consider where they started from to now be set up 1st and goal.
Yeah, and some nice running right there. That's what got them the first down. But at this point, I suggest open up your playbook. You can call just about what you want.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he gets halfway there from the 4 to the 2 on a gain of 2.
And now defensively, you have to look at this like the game's on the line. It's just the 3rd quarter, but another touchdown given up here could really spell an end to their chances. So they need to toughen up and keep them out of the end zone.
From the 2 now, 2nd and goal. They'll try to run this one in. And he is into the end zone for a touchdown. Taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Black Knights take the opening kickoff of the 3rd quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead.
Well, he's been the workhorse on this drive, and it would have been unfair to bring someone else in to finish the job. So they go back to him again, and he delivers with a touchdown run.
Point after, right down the middle. And that stretches the lead all the way up to 27. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. Here's the Colts now as they get ready for their first possession on offense of the 2nd half. CD, they certainly know the hole that they face as they begin the 2nd half. They have to do what precious few teams have done in NFL history. That's try to come back from a 4-possession deficit.
And partner, you know, as that team gathers, they're saying to each other, you never say never, right? Because if you're on an NFL roster, that's how you have to think. You can always come back and win a ball game. And let's face it, we saw a certain Super Bowl, a 25-point lead late, that wasn't enough to put someone away. But that being said, this task is near impossible. Let's face it. And bottom line is, it officially becomes impossible if this possession is an empty one.
Another throw on 2nd down, and this one incomplete as well.
Another attempt, another incompletion, and when I look at the scoreboard and where we are in this game, it comes to mind that they have to start getting the ball in the hands of their playmakers. Throw it to the guys that maybe can take a short pass and turn it into a long gain or make people miss downfield. They've got to have points, and the guys who can put the ball in the end zone, they're the ones that need to touch the ball.
And he is going to have a Colts first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Well, still in the 3rd quarter here. Now, you look at the scoreboard, that deficit probably a little too much to overcome, but completions like that may be something to build on for future weeks.
Yeah, it's all about ending things on a strong note here, isn't it? Because my mindset is it's a new ball game from here to the end. Make sure it's a good one.
And that's caught inside the 35. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. That one good for 37 yards.
Well, they've got to remember that they're not going to get it all back on one drive. But that being said, they also had to come out here in the 3rd quarter with a sense of urgency and playmaking ability, and they showed it on that last play.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
It certainly looks like they still have some fight in them on this series because it seemed like things were headed for the red zone. But if this defense gets 2 more stops, they can keep them out of that area.
Third quarter, wild card round. Thanks for being along for the playoff ride with us. Here's 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Roberts. And down he goes. They sack him back right around the 41-yard line. That was Will Anderson getting home and finishing the play. 7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down. Back to throw. Roberts. And this is going to be incomplete.
Sometimes it's just not your day. There's another failure right there on 3rd down.
So now they're going to send out the field goal unit to, as they say, fire away from long distance. And this one is no good. He missed it. And they will remain well behind.
Well, Brandon, anything beyond 50, you start rolling the dice a bit. And once you get up around 57, 58 yards, the chances of making it go down dramatically. And sure enough, this one winds up no good.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. The last time out, they had to march almost the full length of the field for their touchdown. So here, much easier, Charles, with this better starting field position.
I love your sarcasm, but I love even more your observation because, look, what they did last time out, now with a shorter field, they should have a lot of confidence that they're going to put more points up on the board.
1 quarter remains for the right to survive round 1 here in the AFC. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Welcome back now to the Emerald Isle. A lot of happy faces in the crowd at this point as their guys have a big lead here to start quarter number 4. On first down, Pierce. The Colts are going to get him. Down he goes. He couldn't get rid of it. He takes a sack for a loss of 6 to bring up 2nd down.
And we all know how talented this guy is who's calling the signals for him. But even the best in the game, they can struggle against a good, cohesive zone coverage. Can't find a gap in the secondary quick enough, and he ends up taking a sack.
Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. Looking to throw. Pierce. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he is going to lose yardage here. So that'll go as a 4-yard loss on the play. And they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here.
Well, Brandon, we could see that play developing, and they were hoping that he was going to be able to put a move on the first guy and turn it into a big play. But no such luck. The speed on defense continues to get better and better in the NFL. Pretty nice example there of those guys being able to run from their assignments and finish off that play.
Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out.
And now a stoppage, and looks like we have a Colt who was shaken up on that last play. Well, now they're going to come out and take a look at this injury, and we'll be back in a moment.
Throwing on first down. Pierce forced out to his left. This is caught. And he'll be out of bounds. That's now a pair of explosive plays in succession, both north of 20 yards.
Tell you what, partner, the way he's been slinging in this one, I think he should be ticketed for a baseball cap and a set of headphones for the next drive. He's been absolutely sensational. But one thing we've both learned about quarterbacks in this league, they often stay on the field longer than you expect.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he'll take it in. For a touchdown. It's a 1-yard touchdown run. And the Black Knights have sewn this one up as they add to their lead here in the fourth. Extra point right down the middle. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line. And now Indianapolis set to take the field. They are most likely staring at a cold end to their season here in this wild card round. Nothing has gone right so far, and they are, to be frank, in desperation mode now as they begin with a 1st and 10. They throw right away, and that's complete out on the right side. It'll go as a gain of 4, and it's 2nd down.
Got it. Ready?
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Incomplete, and their struggles continue here.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this second half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they've forced in this runaway contest.
This offense so far on 3rd down, lacking much success, just 2 for 7 to this point. This will be 3rd and 6. Working the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is going to have a Colts 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
When an offense reads blitz, doesn't matter where it's coming from, tight ends know that they become a big part of the passing game because they should be an easy outlet when all those extra bodies are trying to get to the quarterback. A hot route, so to speak.
Go!
Here's Roberts. Throwing on 1st down. Under pressure, and down he goes. It looks like a loss of right around 11 there on 1st down to set him back on 2nd.
But when this game is done, the credit will go to the consistent pressure on the quarterback as a huge cause of this win. Most teams are happy if they get a few of these games per year. You know they're going to watch this tape over and over, try to identify what's working, and keep it going.
Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. Back to throw. Roberts. That is incomplete.
I know conventional wisdom says, hey, don't get it all back in one play. But sometimes you go ahead and try to. They tried to get it all back on that one. Weren't able to do so.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Looking to throw. Roberts. And that's incomplete. At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense are just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. But they've blanketed the field the entire game using a variety of coverages.
Averaging over 50 yards a punt so far as this one's away. Fielded at the 33. Yeah, that's a 48-yard punt with a coverage holding him to 3 on the return.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over.
Dublin's offense now set to take over. And they have made this look easy. I mean, there's not supposed to be anything easy about the NFL playoffs, but this lead, yes, they're at home, but this has been impressive.
And we hear all the time when upsets happen, teams go on the road, that maybe home field advantage isn't all it's cracked up to be. But you and I both know the reality is teams really fight hard to get it. Why? You don't ever have to change routine. Everything's familiar going into the game. It makes things easier, and that has paid off for them in a big way in this contest.
That goes for a gain of 31.
And even with the game seemingly in hand, they're continuing to fire away, pressing the ball down the field. Listen, it's worked all day. No reason to go away from it now.
Let's go.
So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Back to throw. Pierce being chased out left. And he's going to be out down inside the 20 at the 15. Able to make something out of nothing there. 17 yards and a 1st down.
He's starting to fall into the category of not fair because when he's on target throwing the ball, he's dangerous. But when you add in his ability to make plays with his feet, almost impossible.
Yeah, exactly. They've had trouble stopping him in the secondary. This time they've got the great coverage. Oh, he can run too. On 1st down, they'll go to the ground attack. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6.
92 yards rushing for him now as he has been a central figure in trying to get his guys to the 2nd round.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. And I just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there. I'm going to tackle this guy. By the 4th.
And he will take this one in for a touchdown. A great effort there. His 2nd touchdown of the afternoon.
And the Black Knights add 6 more to their point total, and they're on cruise control right now here in the 4th.
Well, this offensive line has really stepped up to the challenge here because those Mastodons, they've been sensational clearing holes all game long. And this is great work down here near the goal line to give their back the space he needs to work his way into the end zone.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And he will be brought out here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17.
Here comes the Indianapolis offense now as they get set to take over.
Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
Bronco switch. Bronco switch. Hey, unlock line. Check. Panther. Bring it. Roll. Alert.
Looking to throw. Roberts. Quick hitter here. It's complete. A 5-yard pass on first down and another 5-yard connection there. The start for them near flawless. Defense gets them a 3 and out. 2 quick pass connections on offense.
So that's how a team works together. Just what you described. Get them the ball, give them a little momentum, and they're capitalizing off of that. Thanks a lot, guys.
Roberts now on first and 10. And down right around the 32-yard line. 4 yards on the pickup. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Colts in possession of the football as we get you reset. They're looking at second down now as they search for a consolation score.
From the 32-yard line now, here's 2nd and 6.
Back to throw. Roberts. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
This has been a rough one, to put it mildly, for them. And after this one's done, you just feel like at the post-game press conference, this team's going to have a lot of questions and definitely not a lot of answers.
Roberts to throw on 3rd down. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield. The passing game for the Colts finding its stride, another 1st down.
Now, this is certainly one of the bigger losses that we are going to see for quite some time. And you have to think at this point where we're at in the fourth quarter with how wide this advantage is. For this offense, they're just trying to end things with a positive drive and then get the heck out of here.
Yeah, if this had been a concert, you would have heard plenty of sour notes in this one. But they certainly don't want to end it on one. They want to put together a few more throws like that and at least have a final drive to give them a little bit more hope as they move forward. The completion was given up, but that's why you play zone defense, so that you can have people around the ball when it's caught and you don't give up much run after the catch.
Now Roberts looking to throw on 2nd down. Under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 46. A long way to go here on 3rd down for the 8th play of the drive. Operating from the gun, Roberts.
Throwing left sideline there, but it's incomplete.
Well, it just seems like all game long there hasn't been a lot of sync quarterback to wide receiver on this side of the football.
They haven't been on the same page, quarterback and receivers. Heck, they haven't been on the same grease board when you draw plays up. They haven't been on the same surface tablet that you look at on the sidelines. Nothing's worked for them. They've got to find a way to start matching each other's movements.
Dublin's offense now set to take over. And you'd have to say they have done what they set out to do in this wild card round. It won't get easier from here, of course, but they'll certainly have some momentum built up for when they hit the road in the divisional round next weekend.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
Here we go, shot.
They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he'll run straight into a wall of tacklers at the line of scrimmage. It's 2nd down. They've called his number a lot this afternoon. You wonder how much tread is left on those tires.
We certainly do, but I always think back to one of my favorite coaches in the NFL. And he used to have a meeting with his running backs every year in the offseason and say, look, as many times as you're going to carry the ball, you should be able to carry it one more time, so make sure you get in shape. Absolutely love the effort there. The ability to flow from his inside spot and stop that one at the line of scrimmage. Nice linebacker play.
3rd and 9 here.
One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Now another timeout called for by the offense. That'll leave him with just one remaining in this fourth quarter of play. On 1st down, they'll go to the ground attack.
He'll take this to the 46. When we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot, he had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. They said beginning of the season they wanted to get past the wild card round. Well, they just got past the wild card round.
How about that, being able to put the big check marks up in the locker room, right? Get to the wild card game, check, got that done. Win a wild card game, big check. Now you've got to go ahead and set your sights higher. There is a bigger prize out there, and they still have an opportunity.
So that's a wrap for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. And this has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. For more, check us out at easports.com. With that, we say cheers, everyone, from Dublin.